For those of you who don't know, I'm Maggie, and I'm so excited to share with you today my favorite fragrances for spring. I love this time of year, and I just feel like the spring and the summer truly encapsulate my perfume preference. I'm not somebody that likes things super duper sweet, overly floral, musky, deep. I'm somebody that likes bright, bubbly. Like if you could bottle up summertime into a perfume, that's probably what I'll prefer. And so I wanted to take some time to talk through all of my favorite perfumes, and they all happen to come from a brand called Skylar. Now this video is not sponsored by them. It's just a brand that I have worked with in the past. I really enjoy their products, and I've gotten so many questions about, if I could only buy one of these perfumes, Maggie, what would it be? I'll save that for the very end. So I'm gonna walk with you one by one, first through their permanent scents, and then I wanna share with you what their latest Scent Club scent is for the month of April, and it'll be a lot of fun. If you've never heard of Skylar, really quickly, I did wanna tell you what makes this perfume brand a little bit unique, and that is that it's cruelty-free, hypoallergenic, more natural. They only use naturally derived ingredients or synthetic ingredients that are considered safe. They are 5 free, and I can read you the 5 ingredients that all of their products are free of, and that would be parabens, SLS or sodium lauryl sulfate, which is mostly found in like cleansers. It's a foaming agent, phthalates, animal derived ingredients, and synthetic dyes. So even though they have body washes and things like that, all of their products are free of these harmful chemicals. Now, I bet you're like, well, perfumes still have fragrance in them, so they can't be 100% natural. And if you're at all concerned about that, they also have an entire area of their website where they actually lay out for you what elements of fragrance are safe, like what synthetic ingredients are okay for you, and those that are not, and what they're using, why they're excluding others. They also tell you all about how their packaging is better for the environment. They have reusable materials, recyclable materials. So I just stand behind a lot of what this brand represents and how they're going about conducting business. And so now I think it's time for us to talk through some of my favorite scents. Okay, so the first scent that I ever purchased from Skylar was Isle. And as you can see, I've really worked my way through this because this is just such a good lived in kind of universal scent. I feel like so many people could wear this, even if you have a wide variety of different perfume preferences, if that makes sense. I actually ended up buying this based on my results from a scent quiz that they have available on their website. So it asks you a slew of questions and then in the end matches you with one of the perfumes in their permanent line. But when I took that quiz, I'm pretty sure they only had like 4 or 6 different perfumes total in their entire line. So I did end up purchasing Isle at their recommendation, and I do love it. I feel like the top note in this that I smell right off the bat is bergamot. And I feel like that is something that people who even like musky perfumes would like this, but also people like me who typically like fresh and bright scents would also identify with Isle. So they describe this perfume as beachy, dewy, and fresh, and the top scent notes are bergamot, cardamom, and sandalwood. I really think that this is what I've described a million different times as a lived-in scent. As soon as you spray it on, it doesn't smell like you just stepped out of the shower. It smells like you just naturally emit this wonderful fragrance. Another thing that Skylar is really huge on is layering their scents. And I feel like Isle is the perfect base layer to pair with so many other perfumes in their line. Whether they come from their scent club or their permanent line of perfumes, this goes with so many different varieties of perfumes. And that's why I think that this is the most versatile, most safe perfume that I feel like you could purchase from their website. All right, the second perfume that I ever owned was Coral. And you can see I haven't made it quite through as much as I have Isle because, like I said, Isle you can kind of mix and match with other perfumes to create this new perfume cocktail on your skin. But Coral is a little bit more bold and is a lot harder to mix with other scents. This one is actually described as fruity, floral, and flirty. This one is a very bold, summery scent. The top notes of this perfume are blackcurrant, patchouli, and sandalwood. And at the time that I'm filming this video, all floral scents are on sale for Mother's Day. So instead of buying this full-size perfume for $78, you can actually get this 40% off. So that means you would get this for $46.80 instead of $78, which to me is an insane discount. I bought these so long ago that they've actually changed their packaging now. So this one has a swipe of orange and kind of this watercolor effect on the front now, and that is immediately the color that comes to mind when I smell this scent. Don't know if that's normal for me to smell colors. And if my descriptions aren't doing it for you, on their website, they have this entire section that's called The Vibe. And it says that this is the happiness booster. It's inspired by bright, sun-kissed moments. This scent will give you a little boost each morning. There you go, just bright, happy, summery coral. This one you can clearly see has been very well loved, and this is Capri. This is one of those scents that as soon as I got this in the mail, I couldn't stop using it. I used this every day for probably a year, and then kind of went on and off and traded off perfumes as I gradually got more, and as Skylar rolled out their scent club. I actually ended up wearing this on my wedding day because Brian wanted me to wear a perfume that smelled like me. Like, not a new perfume for that day, but just something that reminded him of me. So a very special perfume for our family. And this one is described as citrus, sparkling, and sweet. I would say that this is like the delicate cousin of coral. This is not floral in any way, and I honestly don't consider coral like super duper florally in my opinion. This one again kind of evokes that like citrusy orange image in my mind, but just in a more delicate way. It says that the top notes of this are bergamot, neroli, and blood orange. So truly that true orange kind of scent, very citrusy. But then when you look at the detailed fragrance notes, the top notes are actually grapefruit, blood orange, and bergamot, and I almost think that that's a better description. So next perfect spring perfume is Sun Shower, and this one is newer to me and to the Skylar Permanent line actually. In case you were unaware or haven't seen any of my other videos about it, Skylar has a scent club where they send one unique scent to your doorstep monthly. And it's always a new curated scent that's supposed to go with that time of year, that season. And Sun Shower was one that was one of my ultimate favorites. And they're turning the crowd favorites into scents in their permanent line, which I am just a humongous fan of because they have had so many hits for me in that scent club. Sun Shower must have been wildly popular since it's now part of their permanent line, and this one happens to be one of my tippy top favorites. Sun Shower is described as cool, citrus, and dewy. If I could wrap the phrase shower fresh up into a perfume, it would be Sun Shower. I mean, legitimately so fresh, but also so unique, and I feel like so many people would like this. Like if you're a floral lover, I still think you would like this. If you're a fruity lover, you'd like this. If you're a fresh lover, you would probably like this. If you love like vanilla perfumes and things that are really super duper sickeningly sweet, this will not be your perfume of choice, but I do feel like on the whole, this does appeal to a wide audience. The top fragrance notes are lemon leaves, jasmine tea, and meadow greens. And I feel like the first sniff that you get, you truly do get a lot of the lemon, but as soon as they tell you that jasmine's in there, you're like, oh yeah, I definitely smell the jasmine. This is just so unique and so subtle, and again, this layers well with so many perfumes. The next one I'm going to talk about is honestly my favorite perfume pairing duo. Salt Air is the next one we're going to talk about, and this is my favorite perfume to mix with Sun Shower. The two of these ultra fresh perfumes together creates the most luxurious, springy summer scent. This one, again, was also part of the Skylar Scent Club originally, and I can tell you, this came in the July Scent Club of 2019. I was wearing this perfume when I got engaged when we went on our trip to Croatia and to Greece. And so this one again holds a really great scent memory for me. So I'll always have a special place for Salt Air. And this one is the ultimate summery, beachy scent. Like you're standing next to the ocean, kind of salty scent. It's one of those that you can continue to breathe in and to breathe in and to breathe in, kind of like fresh air, and it will never become overwhelming. That's what you get with this. So this is described as bare, salty, and breezy, and I kind of agree with that. And it says that the top notes are driftwood, sea salt, and seaweed. But again, if you read a little closer, the top notes are Italian bergamot, sea salt, seaweed. And then it also has cotton blossom, water lily, things that are also super fresh. So safe to say I love bergamot, and I really love Salt Air. I was instantly like, boom, this is a favorite. If they ever come out with this in a full-size scent, I will definitely buy it. So I'm really happy that this has finally made the permanent lineup. All right, the last full-size scent that I want to mention is also the one that's newest to me, and this is Magic Bloom. And I had to keep the box to show you that they did such a killer job with the marketing on this perfume. I just love it. So a little fun fact about this was the very first Scent Club scent that they ever came out with, and it was obviously such a huge hit. This was one of those, again, very similar to Salt Air, that I rubbed it on for the first time and I was like, I have never smelled anything like this. I want this in a full-size scent. And I legitimately have like this much of it left in my rollerball because I've been using it so sparingly because I just never wanted to run out of it. And now I have the full size and it's permanent. I can always get my hands on it because this is legitimately so unique. The definition of fruity that wears on your skin so well. Now, Skylar Perfumes in general, because they are more natural, they're made with a lot fewer synthetic ingredients. Some of them do tend to wear off a little easier, in my opinion. This one, on the other hand, is so punchy and bright that it really does tend to stay on your skin a little bit longer, in my opinion. Like, I do not really have to touch this up throughout the day. And I feel like Coral and Capri are much the same way. Magic Bloom is described as bright, juicy, and tart. Definitely. They nailed the description. This is the ultimate fruity scent of their entire lineup. So if you're a fruity person, I would say this and Capri are probably going to be the ones that you'll be trying to figure out if you want. The top scent notes are pear, yuzu, and magnolia. And I feel like the yuzu really shines through on this. If you are an ultimate fresh, you like kind of lemony, bright scents, you're gonna love Magic Bloom. This is spring in a bottle. Just not gonna deny it. Whereas I feel like Salt Air is summer in a bottle, this is totally spring in a bottle. And even though I'm blabbering on about how fruity this is, they do consider this a floral perfume as part of their lineup because it does have that big hint of magnolia in it. So what that means is that you can also get this one 40% off. So you can get the full size brand new Skylar scent for $46 right now using the code LUCKYMOM. What a deal. Okay, so if you're curious about where all of these perfumes fall out, I wanted to create this little chart for you and organize them by like top scent profile. Like, are they fruity, are they fresh, or are they floral? To hopefully help you narrow down your selection. So because all of these perfumes are different and they fall into different categories, I'm gonna give you if I could have just one from each of those categories, just in case if you are not a fruity lover, then my like number one preference is not gonna be helpful to you if really you only like fresh scents. So hopefully I'm helping the broadest range of people by picking a favorite in each category. So starting with fruity, if I had to pick just one scent, I think right now I honestly would pick Magic Bloom, and it's making me really sad to say this out loud because of how special Capri is to me. I wore this on my wedding day. This is just one of those that I've clearly loved for a really long time and has been with me forever. And legitimately, when I tell you I'd pick Magic Bloom, it's like this much above Capri. You can't go wrong. And I love these both. And the reality is I own both, so I don't necessarily have to choose between them right now. But if you are really just trying to buy one, I think that Magic Bloom is gonna be the winner. Now, if I had to pick just one in the fresh category, I think that I would go with Sun Shower. Now, I love Salt Air. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely love it. And again, have wonderful scent memories associated with this. But I feel like as a standalone scent, Sun Shower is just, I don't know, a little bit more bright, a little bit more springy. This one is legitimately fresh ocean breeze, which I like, but a lot of people have said is a little bit polarizing. So I feel like to reach the widest variety of people and what I think the most people would identify with is probably Sun Shower. Now notice that I wasn't having a hard time choosing between Isle and these. That's because I think Sun Shower layers really well with a ton of perfumes, and it is a wonderful standalone scent. Whereas I feel like Isle, for me, I treat as a base scent. It really doesn't react with my body chemistry well to stay on for a long time, and for that reason, I felt like if I just had to own one, I would want this one to mix with other perfumes that I may already own, or use it as a standalone scent. So Sun Shower wins, even though again, these are like neck and neck. And truly the only perfume that I'm putting in the floral category is Coral. This one to me is about as floral as I can go. I'm not a super floral lover because I feel like they can just get a little bit too musky too quickly in the floral department. I don't know why. I don't even own Meadow, which I feel like is their most floral scent. So for me, Coral is winning in the floral department. And last but not least, I couldn't leave out April's Scent Club scent, which is Berry Fresh. But you have a ton of customization options with this scent club. So let's say you read the notes of Berry Fresh and you're like, it doesn't really sound like me. You have the option to just straight up skip it for that month, or you can swap out the scent for something in their permanent line, or you could just cancel it altogether. More on Berry Fresh. This one is described as fruity, inviting, and cheerful. And looking at this package, I was like, oh, this is gonna straight up smell like strawberries. Like, this looks like a spring picnic. And strawberry is a top scent note, but in my opinion, this is actually kind of woodsy. You definitely get the sweetness of the strawberry, and you definitely can smell some of that signature strawberry scent, but it says that the other top scent notes are raspberry and oak moss. And I feel like that oak moss comes through pretty strong in this scent. Now it says that you should layer these with some of Skylar's signature scents, and that's one thing that I love about this scent club is that they kind of teach you other perfumes to pair with it and things that will complement it. Now surprisingly, because of how woodsy I feel like this scent is, at least when I rub it on me and when it reacts with my own body chemistry, they suggest that you layer this with Capri or Isle from their permanent line. Now Isle is one of those that's going to show up a lot. I told you that it is a little bit more of a neutral perfume, so that one didn't surprise me as much, and that one I can definitely see me layering this with. But Capri was one of those that I thought was kind of off the wall, because Capri to me is so orange and bright and bubbly, and this one was just straight up woodsy. So if you're somebody who really likes a toned down fruity perfume, or maybe even you like woodsy scents and you really want to kind of like dip your toe into the fruity world, I feel like this would be the perfect transition. If you are interested in subscribing to the Scent Club, you can subscribe through the link that I have in the description box below, and I believe if you use the code this or that, you should get 20% off, but I'm not quite sure if that code's still active, so give it a shot. If it doesn't work, you know why. And that's everything. That's all I wanted to share with you today as it pertains to spring and summer scents. And if you're curious and you still think, okay, Maggie, even after all of your descriptions, I can't decide what I want, don't forget that Skylar does have the sample palette that can allow you to try all of the scents in their permanent line and then pick out your full size scent. I will be sure to link a playlist of all of my Skylar Scent Club unboxings below if you want to hear a little bit more and see some of the other perfumes that they've offered in the past. I also do tons of other videos on my channel, unboxings, product reviews, favorites, empties, you name it, it's on there. So if you like this video, then like it. Stick around, subscribe, join the community, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.